Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're taking a look at the top 5 battleships at Tier 5, or mine anyway, my favorites. Now, you guys so far have really liked this series, but I think I'm gonna frustrate a few of you guys. Honorable mention is gonna be Warspite. It's not gonna be in my top 5. I know a lot of people love this ship. Don't get me wrong, it has some good moments, but it can be inconsistent for me. All right. So we are going to leave this one off my top 5 personally. However, this is a very loaded tier for battleships, in my opinion. It's one of the, obviously tier 7 is loaded for everything, but at tier 5, kind of the battleships run king, in my opinion. And For our number 5, it's actually Dunkirk. This is a ship I didn't think I was going to like as much. Obviously, it doesn't have the world's most amount of armor, but it is pretty solid and definitely tankier than I gave it credit for. Plus, having all your guns on the front while you can angle is actually pretty handy. And this was not a ship I would have ever expected heading got would have definitely put on the list. Now, a big surprise for some of you at number 4, we have Mackensen. I'll be honest, guys, this was a ship I expected to hate, and it's honestly, even when I played it early on, was a very solid ship to me, okay? I don't know why. It's relatively accurate. It does have some secondary oomph if you want it, but it's a pretty consistent ship for me at the tier, which is a hard thing to do at tier 5. And, it might only have 8 guns, but the reload's pretty good. And honestly, it's a tough friggin' ship. This is one, like I said, not one offhand that I would have thought of, but until I played that line, the Mackensen is a good ship in my opinion. Now, at number 3, this might be the biggest surprise on the list. It's Ishmael. I used to think I would hate Russian battleships. That's till I got in this thing. And honestly, this thing is so much fun, especially if you get in a position where you get somebody charging you and you kiting away. These guns will turn three or all the way on the back side, the back three, making it a lot of fun if somebody does kite. Now, however, if you go broadside in this ship, let's be completely honest here. If you go broadside in this ship, it's bad. All Russian and Italian ships, when you go broadside, it is rough. And you can have some trouble with plunging shells from American guns, battleships. Outside of this thing is one of the tankiest ships at the absolute tier. You can see all the red on it, making it hard for HE spammers. There's not a ton of superstructure, and the reload is slow on this thing, but you do have 12, 14-inch guns, and they are solid. And for Russian, they are relatively accurate, right? So not too bad. You can see pretty consistent in the ship. My win rate's a little bit lower, but my damage, that's a good damage number for tier 5. This is absolutely one of my favorite ships, given the opportunity. At number 2, this one is going to be no surprise to most people. It's Hyuga. I think most people would agree that this is in the top 3 in almost every list of everybody, along with Warspite and our number 1 contender. But I love it. This was one of my first ships I ever got. I don't think my stats are probably that great. I guess they're not bad, but a very solid ship. Especially once I learned how to play. Yeah, I've had a bunch of 200K games in it. I think 3 or 4 for at tier 5, which is pretty solid. And overall, just that reload booster tied along with the observant seaplane, such a good combo. You could really catch some people off guard with that. I think this one doesn't need much explaining. And at number one, everybody that's seen the channel knew this was coming. It's a big old California, and I freaking love this ship. This ship is one. Once I got it, it's just awesome, right? Like you have good accuracy. You have 12 guns. You have really solid AA, arguably the best AA in the entire game if you go by tier. And at tier 5, you are running against carriers all the time. This is absolutely my favorite ship. At the tier, I will play this thing over almost anything else. It's one of my most played ships. Actually, I think it's my second most played ship, and I freaking love it. It just, the only downside to this thing is it's slow, and it will take some pens from HE spammers, but man, is it a fun ship. You guys down below will have to let me know what your favorite tier 5 battleships are. We've had some really good responses in the last video. I can't wait to see them. And if there's anything missing off my list that you guys like too, let me know. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you folks next time. Have a good one.